Hello, my dear student friends. Welcome to our channel. Today also we continue some of the root locus diagram problems and solutions, uh, mostly expected from the gate examination. Let's see the first question. The unity feedback system is given as g of s equal to k into 1 minus s divided by s into s plus 1. Okay, s plus 1. So there are we have to indicate the correct root locus diagram, whether A or B or C or D. So first let us analyze using the given transfer function. So G of a solution, okay, solution. So G of S equal to K into 1 minus S divided by S into S plus 3. Okay. So the poles at s equal to 0 and minus 3. So two poles, there are two branches, only two branches. 0 at s equal to 1. So let us first draw the root locus points. So let us mark the points. See here, let us locate the poles and 0 in the poles and 0. S equal to 0, then S equal to minus 3. Then one pole at 1. So this is imaginary axis. This is the real axis. Understand? So there are things. Please remember. First point is branches of RLD starts at 0. Sorry, starts at pole, terminate at, okay, you know that, terminate at either uh, finite 0 or infinity, right? Finite 0 or at infinity. So also one more thing. So first we have to locate the actually the root locus diagram mainly indicates the branch. Okay, first to locate the branch. Actually, the presence of root locus is based on the even number, odd number of poles and zeros, addition of poles and zeros. Say let us, we forget about right half of the S plate. We always do the analysis only for the left half of the S plate. So first you stand here, just as usual, look into this side. So count the total number of poles and zeros in the negative left half of the real axis. Negative left half of the real axis. So only one pole is here. So there will be a branch. So there will be a branch between these two. Understand? So these two poles, there will be a branch. So this branch starts from here. This branch starts from here. Okay. So whenever two branches meet together, they take a break away here somewhere. We don't know. There will be a breakaway point. Understand? So then they meet together and take a break like this. Understand? So this is the very basic relation. From this you can easily find out. So among there are two branches. One branch is this, another branch is here. These two branches, among these two branches, one branch terminates at 0, another branch terminates at infinity. Okay, so this point is called breakaway point. Breakaway point. You know what is the formula for breakaway point, but that breakaway point between 0 and minus 3, right? So this branch moves towards this side, and this branch moves towards this side. Now let's go back here. You see, this diagram A is not applicable because there is no breakaway. Understand? Then you go here. Okay. So here you see there is a, from 0 there is a branch is originating. So this is also wrong. So the branch never originate from 0. So this is also wrong. So here you see here, so there is a breakaway point between these two. Understand? So this may be 0, this may be -3. Right? So breakaway point is there. Then one branch terminate at infinity. Sorry, this 0. But here in this diagram, no one pole. There are two branches between these two, but they take a breakaway. This is a breakaway point, but both are not. At least one should terminate at 0, but both are not terminating at. Both are terminating at infinity. So this option is also wrong. So this is the correct answer. So what is the this branch approaches the 0 through this. So this point. Similarly, this branch moves towards and terminating here and reaches infinity, right? So infinity. So this is called break in point. Break in point. So this is breakaway point. So it approaches 0. So see this answer C is the correct solution for this problem. This is the very simplest way of identifying the answer. Understand? Next, the root locus for the system is given below. Okay, root locus for the system given below. We have to find out the transfer function. Okay, how to find the transfer function model. Okay, you see, what are the poles and zeros? First, let us find where are the poles and zero locations. So, say you consider this is a P1, pole 1. This is 0. Okay, so this is P2. This is P3. Clear? So there are 3 poles, 1, 0. Understand? So one more thing you point out here. So from this pole P1, so how many poles are here? That we have to find out. Okay. So how to find out? So between this pole and Z, the 0, there is a branch, because when you stand here, okay, so if you look into right side, so only one pole is there, only one pole. So only one pole means there is a branch between this pole and 0, this pole and 0. So this branch of the root RLD starts here and terminates at 0, right? Starts here and terminates at 0. See, you go here from the pole P2, if the branch starts. Similarly, from the pole P3, the branch, you see, as per this norm, if you stand here, you look into the right side of the position, one pole and 1, 0. So there is no branch here between 0, this 0 and P. So now you stand here, as usual story, look into right side. So one P2 Z and P1 3, total number of poles and zeros 3. So definitely there will be a branch between -2 and -3. So from -2 one branch originates, from -3 one branch originates, -2 and -3. They meet together at this point. Okay, so this is called breakaway point. Understand? Then carefully look into this position. See this position. Okay, so this position, there is one more branch originates from the position -3. So how many poles are at this junction? There are 2 poles. One pole -3, another pole -3. Very simplest identification. You see, so P1 is 0, so S equal to 0. Then Z equal to another 0 is S plus 1 in the numerator. Okay, so G of S, GH equal to K into the numerator contains only 1 0, that is S plus 1 divided by the pole at 0 S, the pole at -2 S plus 2. There are 2 poles at -3, so S plus the whole square, S plus 3 whole square. So which is correct answer? B is the correct answer. Very simplest technique, very simplest technique. So you can do very simply. Okay. Next, the overloop transfer function. Next problem is the overloop transfer function of a non-unity feedback. Non-unity feedback system is given by GH equal to K into S square minus 2S plus 5 divided by S square plus 1.5S minus 1. Sketch the root locus and find the value of K for closed loop system stability. This problem is from non-unity feedback control system. Okay. So what is the solution? So the solution. So first, from this transfer function, let us find the poles and zeros. S square minus 2S plus 5 divided by S square plus 1.5S minus 1. So 0 poles, how many poles? 2 poles. Say 2 poles. What are the poles? SP1 and SP2. So if you factorize this, it becomes 1. Well, get 1 into 1. 1 into 1. This one is. So we will be getting minus 1 without the gate. So 0 minus 1 0.5. Okay, one pole at minus 2, another pole at plus 0.5. Okay, so that if you add this, so addition of this 1.5, right? So 1.5. So zeros will be if you calculate the value, how to find the S square minus 2S plus 5. S square minus 2S plus 5. Please do it, my students. Tell me the answer. 2 plus or minus square root of S Z1 2. B square 4 minus 20, right? Divided by 2. So 2 plus or minus square root of minus 16 divided by 2. So 1 plus or minus J 2. So this is the answer. So let us locate the poles and zeros here. So one pole at 0.5 plus 0.5 in the real axis, another pole at minus 2. Understand? So minus 2, then 2J plus 2J, then 1. This is 1 minus 2J. So this is the pole 0 diagram. So 2 zeros, complex zeros at 2J minus 2J, right? Minus 2J, J omega. Understand? Okay. So here the condition is poles, number of poles equal to zeros. Number of poles equal to 0. Both are 2, 2. Okay, equal to 2. So the root locus is also symmetrical about the real axis. Number of root locus branches. So number of root locus branches. Root locus branches. RLD branches, right? Branches equal to, what is the condition? 0, because n equal to p minus z. Okay, if p minus z. Understand or not? So real axis root locus branches. Real axis root locus branches are 0. Then the number of asymptotes also 0 because of n equal to 0. So number of asymptotes equal to 0. Then since there is no asymptote, there are no asymptotes, centroid is not required. Right? Let us find the breakaway points. So what is the breakaway points? This can be determined from the characteristic equation. So 1 plus GH equal to 0. Understand? So what is the characteristic equation? So 1 plus GH, we can simply write um, 1 plus K into S square minus 2S plus 5, right? Divided by S square plus minus 1.5S plus minus, sorry, plus minus 1 equal to 0. So what is K? K equal to minus S square minus 1.5S plus 1 divided by S square minus 2S plus 5. So breakaway point can be determined from dk by ds equal to 0. So please, my dear students, please differentiate this. Please do it. Do it, do it, do it. Okay. So in the denominator part, denominator s square minus 2s plus 5 the whole square. Okay, so differential of the same here, s square minus 2s plus 5 into differential of the numerator, right? Differential of the numerator. What is the differential of numerator? Minus 2s minus 1.5 minus, here, keeping the numerator minus s square. Okay, so taking minus common outside, so plus 1, right? Minus s square. So when equal to the equal to 0, so s square minus 1.5s, okay, 1.5s plus 1 into differential of the denominator. So 2s minus 2. So if you simplify this, we will be getting, say, please do it. So we will be getting 3.5 s square minus 12s, okay, minus 5.5 equal to 0. So say if we calculate using the quadratic equation, we will be, please do it, my dear student friends. Please calculate and tell me the value using the quadratic relation by the taking the coefficients 3.5 etc. Okay, 3.5a, b is 12, c is 5.5. Okay, understand? So I am getting this. I am getting the breakaway point equal to minus 0.41 and 3.83. 3.83. We go back here. So from this diagram, so where will be the breakaway point taken here? Where will be the breakaway point from here? Tell me, my dear students. So no branches, no. Okay. So the valid breakaway point is, say, here maximum is 2, minus 2 and 0.5. So there is no between these two. There is no valid position between this. So which is the valid breakaway point? 0.41 minus 0.41 is the valid breakaway point. Understand? Valid breakaway point. So then POI, point of intersection. Okay, POI. What is the point of intersection with the POI? POI with respect to imaginary axis. Understand? Imaginary axis. Point of intersection. So from the characteristic equation, so let us form the array. Okay, so what is the characteristic equation? So the characteristic equation equal to s square plus 1.5s minus 1 plus k into s square minus 2s plus 5 equal to 0. So what is the simplify this? We can simplify this by taking s square into 1 plus k, right? s square 1 plus k, then plus 1.5 minus 0.5, right? 1.5 minus 2k, right? 2k, 1.5, 1.5 this k into 2. So 1.5 minus 2k of s. Then what is the constant term? 5k plus 5k minus yes, 5k minus 1. 5k minus 1 equal to 0. So let us form the Routh table, okay, RH table, Routh array table. So s square, yes, then 1, okay, s square, yes, 1. So please do it, please simplify. 1 plus k, here is 5k minus 1, 5k minus 1. Here is 1.5 minus 2k. Here is 0. So let us find then this term is 5k minus 5k minus 1, 0. So what is the condition for row of 0 to get the marginal stability? This is we have to make the final row or the previous row as a row of 0. Okay. So the k, 5k minus this, okay, we can make it as this one, not this row. Please read this. So row of 0, row of 0. So when we consider row of 0, 5k minus 1 equal to 0. So this make it is 0, consider 0. So k equal to how much? K equal to row of 0, k equal to 0.75. Between point stability, right? So this, all right. Row of 0 here, sorry. Sorry. We can have what I assumed is correct. So this row can we make it as a row of 0. So 5, sorry. Sorry. So this row value can be make it as 0. So this can be row of 0. So 2k equal to 1.5. So k becomes 0.75. Okay. So since here you consider here, if we equate this one, so 5k minus 1 equal to 0. So 5k equal to 1, k equal to 1 by 5, that is 0.2, right? So the for marginal stability, k equal to 0, it becomes row of 0. Marginal stability, k equal to 0. So now you go for the previous auxiliary solution, auxiliary equation. So put k equal to this auxiliary equation. So let us form the auxiliary equation because of the S row. The S coefficient row becomes uh, 0, row of 0. The previous row we consider. So previous row is, what is that? S square k plus 1 plus 5k minus 1 equal to 0. Now let us substitute the k value as 0.75. So 0.75, 0.75. So it becomes how much? 1.75. So this 1 minus 0.75. The row of 0, auxiliary equation is 1.5k minus 0. K value is 0.75. 1 plus 1.75, right? So 1.75 s square plus 5 into 0.75. Okay, 3.2.5, 4 times 2.75, 4 times 5k minus 1, k into 0.75. Okay, 0.75 into 5. 10 by 4. 3.75. So 3.75 minus 1, 2.75, right? 2.75 equal to 0. If you say 1 point s square equal to s square equal to 2.75 minus 1.75, right? S square equal to by 2.7 minus 2.75 divided by 1.75, then root, right? Okay, so what we get, we will be getting the answer is plus or minus j 1.25. So the omega, the natural frequency of oscillation omega n is 1.25 radian per second. So what is the stability? For stability, k should be less than 0.75 and greater than 0.2, greater than 0.2. This is for stability. Clear? So this is for the system stability. Understand? So let us find the 1.75 marginally stable. Understand or not? Huh? So what is the solution for this? Value of, find the value of k, root locus, closed loop system stability. Understand? So for closed loop system stability, between 0.2 less than k less than 0.75. Understand? So this is the system stability. So stability, closed loop system stability for this range. Understand? So next question is, in the root locus plot shown in the figure, the pole zero marks and the arrows have been removed. One of the following transfer function has this root locus. Can you tell me which among this transfer function, which transfer function suits for this? Understand? So you see here, there are two options. One is okay. One is say consider this as a one branch. So among this, so this all the actually if you consider only one, so say this has 3 poles, so 3 branches. So this also has 3 poles, so consider 3 branches. This also 3 poles, consider 3 branches. Okay, this whereas here only 2 branches and 2 zeros, 2 pole and 2 zeros. So there should not be any branch for the option D. So option D is absent. Okay, condition is n equal to p minus z. Understood? So n equal to p minus z. So option D is absent. Is not comes into the picture. Understand? So number of branches equal to p minus z. So apart from this, all the 3 G of S has 3 poles. Understand? So now see how many branches are here. Okay, how many branches are here? Here. So if understood, please listen. If these 2 are zeros, these 2 roots, these 2 points are roots are zeros. So there the all the option A, option B, option C, all the 3 only 1 0 is possible. Only 1 0 is possible. So which 0 is applicable here? Which 0 is applicable here? Right? So if 2 zeros, say if 2 zeros present, so these 2 become zeros are applicable. Then the case, the curve should be like this. Then this point become break in point. Understand? But no, 2 0 is not present because in that case the D fails. So other than D, all are having only 1 0. Say, so these two definitely poles. So P1, this may be P1, this may be P2. So only two, these first two branches between two poles. So there will be a break away point, not break in point. So break away point only possible. Okay. So we consider from P1, this is P2. In this case, okay, the third equation is, so this third one is either 0 or, okay, either this point is 0 or this point is P3, or this point is 0, this may be P3. Understand? So there is a choice. Say, you know this, so P1 should be, P1 is less than P2. These are the two choices. You please listen. P1 less than P2, then less than P3. P3. Okay. In this case, less than, sorry, Z, then less than P3. One possibility. Another possibility is, okay, another possibility is P1 less than P2, less than P3, less than Z. Okay. You just check this value. Okay. So first, in the first equation, you see what is Z? Z is 0 is at S equal to -1. So -1. So -1 is, so the Z is not present here. So A also fails. A also not applicable. Okay. Then go here. Yeah, whether B. So what is B? S equal to -4. S equal to pole at -4. Okay. So see here, this is P1 is -1. P2 is -2. P2 is -2. Okay, understood or not? So P3 is -7. P3 is -7. So this, in this category, if we consider like this, the first case, in the first case, answer B is correct. Answer B is correct. If we consider this case, this condition, P1, what is P1? -1, greater than, less than -2, less than -4, less than -7. So if we consider this as a 0, the first category, B is answer. If we consider this as 0, this is answer. So answer is both B and C. Both B and C. Understand? Very simple. Very, very simple, my dear students. So next question is the characteristic equation of negative feedback system. The characteristic equation of negative feedback system is 1 plus G of S equal to 0. The open loop transfer function has one pole at 0, and it has two poles. So what is the G of S? So one pole at 0. So S equal to 0, solution. Then two poles at -1. So -1. Okay. So two poles at -1. The root locus of the system for variant K is shown in figure. K is shown in figure. So what is the solution? How to find value of K in the diagram? The value of the system, root locus system for variant K is shown in figure. What is the answer? See, what is the answer of K? So let us find. First, we are going to solution. We are going to use the magnitude expression. What is G of S? As per the given equation, 1 by S into S plus 1 the whole square. So from S, one pole at 0, another two poles at -1. So we are going to use first the magnitude expression. What is magnitude? K into 1 by s into s plus 1 the whole square, so equal to 1. This is the condition. So also you see here we have to find the value of k at A. So this is an angle of what is, we have to find this angle, say phi. So if zeta value is given for zeta equal to, so for zeta equal to 0.5, so it is equal to cos phi equal to 0.5, cos phi equal to 0.5. So phi equal to, what is cos phi inverse of 0.5? 60 degree. Clear? So let us find the coordinate of A. So this A meets the point this curve, the characteristic curve. So here the k value is 0, k equal to 0. So here k equal to infinity. Okay, k equal to infinity. Let us find the values of varying k, root locus system k. What is the value of k here at this point? For that we require this length. So what is this length? This magnitude length is 0.5, right? So 0.5 is given. So that is the hypotenuse, okay, 0.5. So 0.5, that magnitude is 0.5. Let us find this another coordinate. So zeta equal to So let us take this coordinate. This is point A. This is 60 degree. So this is 0.5. What about this distance? First, let us find this distance. So 60, sine 60. What is sine 60? Sine 60 equal to root 3 by 2. Sine 60 equal to root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. So root 3 by equal to, say this is y value, y this coordinate, this j omega value. This is a minus sigma value, right? So this is a j omega by 0.5. Clear? So what is j omega? Omega value equal to root 3 by 2 into 1 by 2, right? So root 3 by 4, root 3 by 4. So j omega is root 3 by 4. What is this? This is cos of cos 60 equal to cos 60 is equal to what is cos 60 equal to 0.5. So that is sigma divided by 0.5. Okay, sigma divided by 0.5. So what is cos 60? 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2. So this equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by 4. So what is this point? So the S point at equal to 1 by 4 plus j plus j root 3 by 4. Root 3 by 4. Understand? So let us find the coordinates for the point A. We can now use the relation to get the solution. What is the relation? So k into gh of s equal to 1 for varying value of s. So what is the gain? Okay, what is the gain on root locus? Understand or not? So let us substitute the pole in the equation. So in the magnitude expression, k into 1 by s instead of s minus 1 by 4 plus j. Sorry, this is minus. So this because sigma minus no. So minus 1 by 4 j or root 3 by 4 into minus 1 by 4 plus j root 3 by 4 plus 1 the whole square. Understand? This magnitude equal to 1. This magnitude equal to 1. So please, my dear students, simplify this relation. So how to get the magnitude for this? Listen to this. So this nothing but k divided by a square plus b square. Say a plus jb magnitude equal to a square root of a square plus b square. So minus 1 by 4 square plus root 3 by 4 the whole square into, okay, into inside minus 1 by 4 the whole square plus minus 1 by 4 plus 1 3 by 4, right? 3 by 4, that is 3 by 4, 3 by 4 the whole square plus root 3 by 4 whole square. So whole square whole square the whole square, right? So this square and root cancel. Okay, remaining this. So this can be this is equal to 1. So k divided by you simply please simplify this. So the 1 by 16, that is 1 by 16 plus 3 by 16, that is 4 by 16. 4 by 16, understand? Into root cancel 3 by 4, 9 by 16 plus 3 by 16, right? 9 by 16, then 3 by 16. What is here? 9 by 16 by 3 by 16, right? So 9 by 16 plus 3 by 16. So what do you get? So 16. So 12. So k equal to 1. K divided by 16, 12 by 16. So what we get? 4 by 16 into 12 by 16. Okay. So which is equal to, so 16 to 16. So it comes up to this 4, 4, 1. 1 by 16, 1 by 4. Here 3, 3 fours are, 4 fours are. So equal to 4 by 3, right? That is, sorry, 3 by 8, right? 3 by 8. 1, 1, 4, 12 by 4. So, sorry, this is under fruit, no, sorry. So 4, 1 by 4, this becomes square root of 1 by 4, 1 by, that is 12 by root 3, sorry, this is 4 by 16, 2 by square root of 1 by 16 plus 3 by 16, 1 by 16, 3 by 4 by 16 root, this becomes 1 by 4, 4 by 16, 1 by 4. So 1 by 4, oh, this is 1 by 4. Here, so k divided by 1 by 4 into 12 by 16, 12 by 16. So 3 fours are, 4 fours are. Okay, so 8 by 3. This becomes k equal to, this be equal to 1. So k, 8k by 3 equal to 1. So k equal to 3 by 8. So what is the value of k? Point. Okay, what is the value of k? Please tell me k. 3 by 8. So 38, 3.375. 0.375. Please, my dear students, please try to understand. So the k value of k is 0.375, right? This is the value of k at the point on the root locus. This is at the gain at this point is 0.375. Okay, even we can calculate the value of gain at this crossover point. For that, we have to find the points on the root locus, right? Points breakaway, sorry, point of intersection on the imaginary axis. So that also can be calculated for this, even though it is not given. We can also try to find the gain at that point. So what is the gain at that point? Clear? That you can do as an assignment. You will do it later, right? So thank you very much. The value of k is 0.37. Understand? Thank you. So next we are going to see the complementary root locus diagram. What is the complementary root locus diagram? So it is also called inverse root locus diagram. What is that? Complementary or inverse. So or inverse root locus diagram. So complementary. So normally in RLD, in root locus diagram, the branch starts at a pole at k equal to 0 and end at either finite 0 or at infinity far away. Okay, so it ends at infinity. So k 0 to infinity. Whereas here it is from minus infinity to 0. So it is reverse phenomenon. It is inverse. That is called complementary phenomenon. Here the rules of the properties of RLD are similar. So the following properties are similar to RLD. So what are the similar properties? Similar rules to construct inverse RLD, IRLD. What are the similar rules to RLD? This RLD also, IRLD also symmetrical about real axis. Symmetrical about real axis. Right? So next, this number of branches in the root locus diagram similar to the number of branches condition, also same as that of root locus diagram. So the number of branches. Okay. So what is the number of branch condition? Number of branches equal to poles if the p is greater than or equal to z. Okay, greater than or equal to z. Then this is equal to 0 if 0 is greater than or equal to pole. Right. This is the condition. So this will give the order of the system. This condition is same as that of the root locus diagram. Then centroid, the calculation rule for centroid. So centroid also same. So centroid is same as that of RLD. The complementary for the complementary inverse complement. Sorry, for the complementary RLD, the centroid calculation is also same. Similarly, the finding the value of k at any junction. So the value of k also same. So what is value of k? Product of at a point. Value of k at a point on the root locus. So that also same. Product of vector distance. You remember that vector distances from all poles at s equal to s1, right? Similarly, the denominator contains product of vector distances. Understand? From all zeros at s equal to s1. Same formula applicable here also. Then similarly, the centroid is same, the value of calculation k is same. Then breakaway point and the break in point calculation also same as that of the root locus diagram. Then point of intersection on the imaginary axis with respect to imaginary axis. So these rules are same as that of the root locus diagram. Okay. So here the new cases are here in the inverse RLD. The rules, the new inverse RLD variation rules. Okay, rules First one is the inverse rules. First one is inverse RLD or complementary RLD starts at 0, 0 when k equal to minus infinity and end, okay, or terminates, okay, terminates at a pole, when k equal to 0. This is the reverse phenomena. Second point is, okay, second point is angle of asymptotes. Angle of asymptotes. Asymptotes. Theta as equal to 2m pi divided by p minus z. Whereas in the case of root locus diagram, this is 2m plus 1 into pi divided by p minus z. Whereas here is a reverse phenomena. Also, the m value is from 0, 1, 2, etc. p minus z minus 1 up to p minus z minus 1. Okay. So next is on the real axis to right hand side of the any section. So when we look into the any section of between the two poles are 0, the right hand side of the section should be the sum of poles and 0 should be even in this case. Whereas the root locus LLD root locus branch exists in the RLD. When we look into right side of the position at any point, there should be even odd in number. Whereas in the inverse root locus diagram, it is evening number. Okay, the total sum of total. I mentioned many times. If you look into right, when we stand at a point, if you look into right, okay, there should be sum of poles and zeros should be even in number in this case. Whereas in RLD, it is sum of poles and zeros equal to odd in number. Clear? So here the angle of departure and arrivals. Okay, angle of departure and arrivals. The departure at 0 is angle of departure, right? Angle of departure. Okay, departure theta d. Angle of departure from 0. Whereas from 0. Whereas in the case of RLD, angle of departure from the pole. Okay, so angle of departure d equal to angle between poles, angle of sum of angle of poles minus sum of angle of zeros at s equal to s1. So the angle of arrival at pole, angle of arrival at pole. So theta a, okay, equal to sum of angles contributed by zeros minus poles at s equal to minus s1. That's equal to minus s1. So let's see the sum of the typical plots. Okay, typical plots. GH equal to k by s plus 1. So this has this transfer function as one pole at minus 1. So let us draw the pole 0 diagram for this. So one pole at minus 1. So what is the condition? So it approaches 0. Okay. So from somewhere it reaches to this pole. So what is the typical so the branch somewhere from the this pole. So this is the branch. Okay. So if we stay here, no poles. If we stay here, this there is no pole here. Okay. So it is coming from this. This is the typical pole. Then another is GH equal to k by s minus 1. So what is the pole and 0? Clear? So pole at positive real axis. So the root locus from minus infinity to this is minus infinity to this pole. So the pole exists, the branch of the root locus exists here. Understand? Then next is k into 1 minus s, that is equal to minus k by s minus 1. So what is the root locus inverse? This is inverse RLD. Please understand. So minus infinity, the gain here is k equal to 0. So minus infinity to 0. So minus infinity to 0, k equal to 0. So terminate at the pole. So here, here is minus s equal to minus 1. So since this is minus reverse, the root locus branch is from here to here, right? So from here to infinity to k. So this is k equal to 0. Understand? So next is next k. This is the typical diagram. S minus 3 divided by s into s plus 2. Understand? For this GH, so what is the inverse RLD? The inverse or complementary RLD is like this. Okay, the first mark the points s equal to 0, then s equal to minus 2, then s equal to 3, pole at 3, right? Pole at 3 in the right side. So as per the norms, if you stay here, you just the right to the right is even number, right? To the right is even number. So there is a branch here between these two. So there is a branch here. Okay. So as per the norms, when so these two somewhere say this is the pole. From the pole, it is going towards this side, one branch, right? So another branch, another from minus infinity to another branch is approaching here. Then these two branches meet together and take a breakaway, and come to here, and here break in point. So break in point. Clear? Similarly, from here, another break in point. So from this point, you see from this point, another break in. So this is the typical root locus, inverse root locus diagram for this transfer function. Okay. Another one is this is k by GH equal to k into 3 minus s into s into s plus 2. So same, but the pole is different, right? So same 3 minus s. So this can be equal to minus k into s minus 3. So the branches from the plus infinity to the poles, right? So s into s plus 2. So you see, let us draw the inverse root locus diagram. So let us see. So one at 0, s equal to 0. Another one is s minus 2, here 3. Okay. So where are the root locus branches occur? So between these two, there is a branch, right? So the root locus branch of this transfer function is from 0 to this pole. Okay, so it starts from 0 to pole. So infinity to minus infinity to k equal to 0, k equal to minus infinity. Then here, from here somewhere infinity to this pole. So since there are two poles, two branches are in this fashion. So these are all some of the introduction about inverse root locus diagram. So based on this also the gate questions will be asked. Clear? So please concentrate on the inverse or complementary root locus diagram approach also. Okay. Thank you very much. for your kind passions and observation. So thank you, thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.